press pause and answer the question.
So here we have a circle with a center O, and we have a central angle FOG, and that central angle has a measure of 3 pi over 4 radians. And the radius of the circle is 6 centimeters. All right, so what they're saying is they're giving us an angle, and they're giving it to us in radians to torture us. And the radius of the circle, they're also giving it to us. So the radius of the circle is 6. We can draw it out like this. We have a circle. The radius is 6. We have these lines, FOG. We have this angle, which is 3/4 times pi, and that's how many radians our angle is. And so they want us to figure out what is x. Now, we should be able to know that some portion of the circumference of the circle, some arc in the circle, its length is proportional to the angle here. So if the angle here is 1/4 of the whole circle, then this arc should be 1/4 of the circumference of the circle. If the angle is half the circle, 180 degrees, this arc should be half of the total circumference of the circle, and so forth. So we can take this angle here, and we can divide it by 360 degrees, and that's the proportion of the whole circle that we're dealing with in this arc. Now, there are more elegant ways to solve it than what I'm about to show you, and if you came up with one of those, great, good for you. But I'm going to show you kind of a blunt force way that requires the least amount of memorization, where we're putting everything in the comfort of degrees, and then we're going to work from there. So we'll start, it's given us that 3/4 of pi is our angle, and let's go ahead and turn that into degrees. So we can say that 3/4 pi divided by the whole way around, which is 2 pi, is equal to our angle theta in degrees divided by the whole way around, which is 360 degrees. You're just saying that proportionally, the number of radians to all the way around is equal to the number of degrees to all the way around. And we can cross multiply. So we get 3/4 pi times 360 is equal to 2 pi theta. And we can divide both sides by pi to make the pi's go away. And we can divide both sides by 2 to make the 2 go away on this side. And we wind up with 135 degrees equals theta. So what that just figured out is, we just figured out that 3/4 pi radians is 135 degrees. Now, so we know our slice of the pie, our slice of the pizza pie, is 135 degrees. And remember, we're still trying to figure out this arc right here. So let's figure out the circumference all the way around. The circumference all the way around. And you should memorize that the circumference of a circle is 2 times the radius times pi. So 2 pi r is the circumference. And of course, 2r is the diameter, so we can also think of it as pi times the diameter. But right now, we'll just keep it as 2 pi r. Again, it's really easy to get confused between diameter, not confused, to forget which one you're dealing with, whether you're dealing with diameter or whether you're dealing with radius. So let's move forward. Now our r, it's given, our radius is given as 6 centimeters. So our whole circumference is 2 times pi times 6 is equal to 12 pi. So 12 pi is our whole circumference. Now it's good to look at the choices, because our choices say that, okay, they're all in terms of pi. So we know beforehand that we're just going to go ahead and leave that pi in. That 12 pi, we're not going to multiply 12 times 3.14 because all of our answers include a pi. So we say we have a circumference of 12 pi. So our proportion of our arc relative to the whole circumference is going to be 135 degrees, that's the angle here, divided by the whole way around, which is 360 degrees, is equal to some arc length x, that's what we're trying to figure out, divided by 12 pi. That's the circumference all the way around. And again, we can cross multiply. So we get that 360x on this side is 135 degrees times the whole circumference. So 135 degrees times 12 pi. And we can divide both sides by 360. And so on the numerator, we get 135 times 12 divided by 360, and we multiply all that by pi. And we get an x, this arc length right here, of 4.5 pi centimeters.